I've talked about Rec Room and Storytimes too many times, so this will probably be the last one, hopefully. If not, then okay. But I just had to make this video because something happened while I was with a friend. Before we get into this video, hit that like button. So this story time takes place on May 10th, 2023. So yeah, this was very recently. I was with Chris that day and we were just playing Rec Room. Now, sometimes me and Chris would go to chill worlds just to relax instead of playing competitive games, and sometimes we encounter the strangest people. But the one place we go to a lot was the LGBTQ hangout world. We usually go there just to chill and sometimes just talk about shit, but I will tell you that we don't always end up in a friendly server all the time. Most of the time, out of nowhere, some random person or a group of people would join the server and start shouting racial and homophobic slurs to me and everyone else. That's all me and Chris would encounter every time we go there. But on this day, me and Chris encountered three things that we never expected to see, but actually there was this one thing we actually encountered before all that. And to my amazement, I don't know why this guy had the idea to do this, but it just shows you that people are dumb. So me and Chris go into the LGBTQ hangout in a server, and it was a public server that had a lot of people in it, and everything was just normal. Nothing bizarre happened, and me and Chris decided to troll each other like we normally do. We went over to one of those booths and wrote some funny shit on them. Now, I decided to write something on the booth, and it wasn't something serious, it was just a joke. What I wrote was, "I will pay you $100 if you call me a noob." And I wasn't really gonna give $100, I was just trolling some people just to piss them off. So yeah, you can see that I was kind of scamming people a little bit, but I don't do it every time there. So a few people walk up to me, and some of them said, "What's your number?" Or something stupid to where I was like, did they not read the sign? And then this one guy, I'm gonna call him Kyle, walks up to me telling me about the sign, and I go to look at it, and it turns out that not all the text went through. Instead of adding the calling me a noob for $100, instead it put "I will pay you $100 if you call me." And when I see that, I'm like, oh fuck, let me change that. So I changed it, but apparently I was too late to realize it, because I'm not saying this is my fault or my mistake, because I know it wasn't. Kyle had the idea to do the stupidest stunt that you should never do online at all. What Kyle started doing was, he typed in the global chat, and what he typed was his own fucking phone number and address to where everyone can see it. The minute he did that, Chris says to him, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Are you out of your mind?" And Kyle was like, "I want to see if anyone is gonna swat me. I bet I'm not gonna get swatted." Yeah, you really thought you weren't gonna get swatted. Your brain must not be working correctly, cause what happened next? I think he realized he shouldn't have had any confidence in that. Now, everyone knows what swatting is, but I know that 10% of you watching this video don't know what swatting is, so let me explain to you before we continue on in this story time. Now, to those people who don't know what swatting is, only the 10% of people who don't know. So basically, swatting is a form of cyber harassment technique that is often perpetrated by members of the online gaming community. It's like when a hacker gets your personal information, such as your phone number, address, or anything, and then they make false phone calls to law enforcement, making up the biggest lies possible, such as a violent situation that either involves a shooting or a hostage situation, but sometimes it could be someone trying to frame them for drugs or any other serious crime. And usually these swatters are from online games like Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, and Dota. But not just in those three, but in any online games you play that have a community around them. I mean, GTA 5 is home to a lot of hackers, so yeah, that's why I barely play it. And actually there are some victims of swatting that have been either shot or killed because of it. Yeah, someone actually died from getting swatted. Now, this video I uploaded that you see on your screen is where I talked about a story of a hacker that got pissed off at me because I'm bisexual and part of the LGBTQ community. And he wanted me gone by getting my information and possibly swatting me, but I managed to avoid that. Now, if I was still naive and I just let this happen, I wouldn't be here today telling this story. And I didn't want to have to explain to my family members about why I had cops arresting me or saying I did this, because that would have, how that would have sounded to your family members if you were to tell them, oh, I got swatted by this hacker because he didn't like me or wants me gone. You know how that would have ended? So I dodged a bullet right there. Anyway, back to the story. So Kyle continued typing in the chat publicly to everyone his phone number and address, and all of a sudden, a few minutes later, he says, wait, I hear sirens outside. And when he said that, me, Chris, and a few people watching this were like, there's no fucking way he's actually getting swatted. And sure enough, he gets off his mic after saying he'll be right back. And time goes by, and he's still not back. And I came to the conclusion, I'm actually witnessing someone getting swatted. And I thought I was dreaming at first, but this was 100% not a dream. So he finally comes back, and I can hear him breathing a lot. And then he says, dude, the cops came to my house in full force. One of the cops punched me in the face. And when he said that, one guy says, they punched you in the face? For what? And then he says, 'cause I was resisting arrest. Well, why the fuck would you resist the police? You never do shit like that. Now, he's lucky he ain't going to jail, but he did say that he has to go to court, which is dumb. And I do remember hearing some sirens coming from his mic, so it could be real. I don't really know. And why I'm saying that is, you know what I thought after listening to all this? I thought he had staged this at first. I still think what happened to him was fake and he just did this just to troll people. That's what I had thought, especially after he came back from resisting the police. But after all that happened, I just went about my day. However, now when I go to the LGBTQ plus social hangout, that same guy is there, but he's much more of a jackass to me. I don't know why. I will say that right as this whole swatting situation shit happened, two other things happened in that same room, such as a child getting a spanking by his mother and everyone could hear it from his mic, and then this weird ass creep showed up. So multiple things happened at the same time. So that's it for this story time, and the moral of this is, don't leak your personal information online. You may think you are invincible, but you ain't, because there's a lot of dangerous people. And don't swat anybody. Even if you wanted to get revenge on them, don't do it. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.